All right. Welcome back, guys. This is Lewis. I have one of our team members here, Matt, on the line here. Today's lesson that we're going to be going over is just some basic chart patterns that you're able to detect while scanning through the market, throughout the day. Matt, raised the question we were talking about in our group about cup and handle. And I just thought, today would be a great day to just go over some basic chart patterns that you could easily Google up. But, most importantly is just not the Googling or where you got the information from. It's a matter of testing the information and making sure that you actually could see it time and time again. And once you could start seeing the same patterns time and time again, and you could recognize it, you could actually test it, on a basis where, for example, the pennant. I don't really play the pennant too well, but this is a great, indicator. It's even good for me to learn. What a pennant is just, it's created when there's a significant movement in the stock, followed by a period of consolidation. This creates a pennant shape due to the convergent lines. A breakout movement then occurs in the same direction as as a big stock move. These are similar to flag patterns and tend to last between 1 and 3 weeks. There will be significant volume at the initial stock movement, followed by weaker volume in the pennant section and growth in the volume at the breakout. So, just by reading that right off the bat, what's coming to mind is SNDL. It had a nice breakout, and then now it's in its consolidation phase. And we saw a beautiful, beautiful pullback, maybe even a stop loss raid. We'll dig deeper into that when we start analyzing some stocks. But here to answer your question, Matt, the cup and handle pattern gets its name from the obvious pattern it makes in a chart. It actually does look like a cup, and you see that by a big move, and then you see it followed up by some significant dips trying to retrace, and then you see that it hits that final dip, and then after that it has higher highs and lower lows. This is how I confirm that the cup and handle is being made. Is it's actually doing higher highs and lower lows, and we could actually confirm that with another indicator that I like to use, which is the RSI, which signifies the relative strength index. It's an indicator that indicates the strength of the movement of the stock, and you could easily add that indicator onto any one of your charts if you're using it on Thinkorswim, E-Trade, desktop, any of these professional stock platforms. You'd be able to use this indicator on. But the cup is a curved U shape, while the handle slopes slightly downwards. In general, the right hand side of the diagram has a low trading volume, and it can last from 7 weeks up to around 65 weeks. So they're talking about maybe on a daily moving chart. That's the frequency would be daily. We usually normally analyze on the daily, 4 hour, yearly, and monthly and weekly. That way, we actually get a clear indication of where the overall direction and momentum of the stock is moving.
So that pattern there, you would more likely see on a weekly chart than on a daily chart?
You would actually see this on a daily chart.
Okay.
You can see it on a weekly chart. I love seeing this on a 4 hour, on a 30-day. I mean, a 30-minute. It doesn't really matter about the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. Those don't really mean too much. You want the overall direction of it,
So this shape could be like any size, basically. It could be a small cup and handle or a big cup and handle.
Correct. You could actually have a cup and handle within a cup and handle.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And those moves are just spectacular because you could catch it on the small cup and handle, and then on the overall, you could be catching the overall move, which is on the weekly and on the monthly. And that's why it's good to shrink up from the higher frequencies and then break it down to lower and creating your support and resistance on those points, because you can't also just get caught up on a daily. I mean, it's great to do that if you're a scalper. You know what I mean? You could always scalp, get in and out of trades. That works great for people that have accounts that are larger than $25,000, which was the minimum requirement in order for you to become a day trader. So another one that we have here is the ascending triangle. I've seen this plenty of times. It's very similar to the pennant, but it's an ascending triangle. I don't really see the difference here. But yeah, I guess the triangle usually appears during an upward trend and is regarded as a continuation pattern. It is a bullish pattern. Sometimes it can be created as part of a reversal at the end of a downward trend, but more commonly, it is a continuation. Ascending triangles are always bullish patterns whenever they are occurring. So the ascending triangles that they're talking about is over here. You see pretty much a flat line across the highs of that previous run. So you had the highs of that run, and then it created pretty much a top there, a ceiling, and then it came down, it met support. So there you started creating, pretty much a support there, and then it tried to come back up, and it didn't break that resistance point, that ceiling. And then it tried to come back down. It had higher highs, lower lows. This time it had, higher lows, which is also bullish. The higher low part is you had a low here, and then you had an ascending higher highs, lower highs, and then higher highs, lower highs, and then, break through.
To me, this one looks like the healthy consolidation that would normally go in a bullish pattern day.
Correct. Yep. Over here you got the triple bottom, first bottom, second bottom, third bottom. Normally you could catch, if you can, on a swing on a daily, you could swing it from over here to the top, sell out again here, wait for that third bottom, and then boom, the breakout trend. Or you could sell out here, wait for confirmation, then buy back in. But you know what I mean? If you're riding it from over here, you just have a nice tight stop loss right around the middle of where that, trend breaks.
What's that called? Breakout buyers, right?
Yeah, this one is called the triple bottom.
No, so, I mean when the dudes buy, like right when it breaks out of that trend.
Oh yeah, breakout buyer. Yeah, that's it.
Breakout buyers.
Exactly. And those people, you have all sorts of different players in the stock market. And those type of people, they really help with the momentum of the stock when it's going to breakout. That's why we see those freakishly, moves on those breakouts. It's those breakout jumpers. And then you have the descending triangle, which is, I believe, what we saw with sundial throughout the day. It had higher lows and lower lows until it, continued to break down. And then I think it finally, found its floor and it's, reversed healthy. But this one's a good one. If you could detect this and analyze it and, draw it up on your chart, this is a great pattern to play. It comes, frequently out there in the market. If you have yourself a watch list, which I actually got to have another whole video on watch lists, what is proper watch lists and everything like that, how you should organize your watch lists so you know what's going on. But
I seriously appreciate that, man. That's another good one we could use.
Yeah, I completely agree. Setting up your watch list is very important.
Mine's messy. Mine's very messy.
Exactly. When it's messy, you can't make great trades off messy watch lists. You know, your eyes are
Yes.
all over the place. But that's a
Yes,
conversation for a whole nother day.
for sure.
Inverse head and shoulders. You know, when you see a stock is going down, um, and then it catches, you know, itself on a support here, and then goes back up. It doesn't break through, comes down lower, and then finds a bigger support, comes back up, doesn't break through, comes back down, and then it's at the same level, maybe even a little bit higher than the left shoulder, and then comes up. It'll break out most likely, but you know, this is a pattern that you could play out. Bullish symmetric triangle, similar to the other one. So the bounding bottom. This one's a pretty cool one. This pattern is sometimes called the saucer bottom and demonstrates a long-term reversal, showing that the stock is moving from a downward trend towards an upward trend instead. It can last any time from several months to years. It is very similar to the cup and handle, but in this case, there is no handle in the pattern, hence the name. All right, flag continuation. The flag stock chart pattern forms through a rectangle. The rectangle develops from two trend lines which form the support and resistance until the price breaks out. The flag will have the sloping trend lines, and the slope should move in the opposite direction to the original price movement. Once the price breaks through either support or resistance lines, this creates the buy or sell signal. This is exactly what they're talking about. So you create this channel in which it hasn't broken through, and then the support, you know, channel, and then the moment it starts breaking through out of that, that's the breakout point that they're saying. This is, you know, a nice flag continuation pattern. If you sold up here, it would be a good moment for you to just keep watch. And then as soon as it breaks that breakout, which you would have on your chart, you would then buy it. You will see that I have the flag continuation on my chart. It actually broke down on SNDL. So we'll see here. But double top, you know, the first top comes down if the stock is an uptrend. It goes up to the first top, comes down to that support level where it broke out originally from. And then second top, you know, gets stuck. There's a huge wall there. If you have a level 2 reader scanner, what a level 2 scanner is essentially a breakdown of where the buys and the bids are, and it continues down for you. Let me see if I can Google that for us.
Black box definitely has level 2 and a velocity meter or a volatility meter. It literally takes all the buys and sells and puts them together and shows you like a warm or cold and shows you which direction it's going based on all the buys and sells added up.
So this is just you know, to give you a quick rundown. This is pretty basic. You know, a lot of other platforms make it look differently. Robinhood has their own level 2, looks beautiful. Webull has their own level 2, and it looks absolutely beautiful. The aesthetics of it shouldn't really matter. You know, the overall function, I think, is what we're really after here. So as you can see, the stock price here for this current security is at 15 cents, you know, and 6 whatever. And then over here you have the bid and the ask. Currently, they're trying to bid 5,000 at 0.155, and then the ask So people that are trying to sell it currently, they're willing to take 0.156 for it. So therefore, the price in between is called a spread. In some cases where you have higher price securities or lower volume securities, you would have a significant spread on there. When trading a security that's got a significant spread, you might want to be careful. You know what I mean? Because the moment you get into the trade, you could be in a negative right away, or you could be in a false positive. But this is what a level 2 looks like. And on the level 2, where I was talking about previously, is that so yeah, in the level 2, you would see that, there would be a bid, or the ask would stack up right over here, preventing it from continuing to go up. That would stop the momentum, and then it'll come back down. You got a bearish symmetrical triangle, which pattern is easy to spot thanks to the distinctive shape, which is developed by the 2 trend lines which converge. This pattern is created by drawing trend lines, which connect a series of peaks and throws. The trend line creates a barrier, and once the price breaks through these, it is usually followed by a sharp movement in price. So essentially, you could set this up on higher time frames to be able to, really see those parameters. And as you break it down into the, daily and then the smaller time frames, you'd be able to really see them. And then we have the falling wedge, another really great pattern. It's a symmetrical triangle pattern. It's also easy to spot. It's developed by, the 2 trend lines that converge down here. Yeah, this is pretty much written the same thing, copied and pasted. But essentially, you guys get the point here. It's coming down, and you're creating this trend line that is following the lower points of it, and then you create the upper trend line from the high, connecting at the highs of this. Obviously, if you are doing this with candlesticks and not lines, it will look a little bit different. So you're going to look for the highs, the wicks that are connected up there. Then you have the head and shoulders for, a bearish breakdown, break of a trend. Same thing. Thank you, Kirk Duplessis. If you guys are interested at all, I got this from Option Alpha. I appreciate your work, buddy. You could also come like and subscribe to my channel if you would like to, man. But I appreciate your work, buddy. All right, guys. So that's a little bit of a lesson there on some charts, which is great. So without further ado, is there any other questions that you guys have? Maybe how to set up your charts. What is a candlestick?
Hey, I got a quick question for you. Whenever we're on Webull, I love that you can draw the support lines and you're always putting lines straight across. On Webull, on the charts, can you make trend lines that are diagonal like that, or only straight across?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good.
It's called trend line. So you have.
I gotta find it.
Yep, you have the button that clicks open. Then you have horizontal lines, trend lines, and then circles and everything. But yeah, really quickly, what is a candlestick? A candlestick is pretty much an indicator of the buying and selling that's going on. And there are different patterns that you will see in candlesticks. So we were just looking at patterns that were happening in the overall movement of the stock in general. But then when you get into the nitty gritty, candlesticks have a lot to say within themselves. So first off, what a candlestick is essentially, it tells you, depending on the frequency, let's say if you're on a daily, this would be the open of the daily. Let's say this was a price of $5, and then the close of this was at $6. It had a high of $6.25, but it closed at $6. When this opened at $5, it went down to probably $4.95, $4.80, but then the bulls came up and took it up and made it close above its open point. So that's the most important part about a bullish candlestick, is that the open is higher. The close is higher than the open. Now, it's quite the reversal with the bearish candlestick. When you got the bearish candlestick, you have the open and then you have the close down here. So it opened up over here. It had a nice little spike upwards to create that wick, and then it came down. A lot of selling. So this was a whole day's worth of selling. Sellers took over the market for this day. So that's what a bearish candlestick is. So yeah, really quick one. I really love this one. I use this on a regular basis. It's a bearish or engulfing pattern. This would be a bearish engulfing pattern. This is essentially where you got a nice green candle with a nice body, along with a little bit of a wick up and down. And in the very next candle, it completely engulfs that candle from the open. So open up a lot higher than that wick, ate that whole top half, and the close completely ate the bullish candle. So that's a bearish engulfing pattern, and the bullish engulfing pattern is quite the opposite, where you have the bearish candle being engulfed by the bullish candle. And here we go. These are good confirmations. Kyle, you were asking the other day, how do you confirm when it's gonna switch over? These are great indicators. This is where it gets a little more technical. If you're able to study and you're able to recognize these signals that are happening on a regular basis, then you're going to be able to better indicate, where you should get in, where you should get out, and how you should play the next play. But here, the bullish engulfing candle completely, engulfed the body of this bearish candle. So then it started that trend, upwards trend. And same thing over here. Close this out. Same thing over here, where that bearish candle engulfed the bullish candle. Doji, dragonfly doji. These are candlestick types of. This gets real technical. I don't use those. I just use these mostly, to be quite honest. All right. So I think that's pretty good there on the lessons. Did you have any specific questions at all, Kyle, that you wanted me to go over? Or you could always check back on this YouTube. There's plenty of great content in the beginning there that you missed.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go back when it's done. I'm good for now.
Awesome. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and start
Do it.
looking up some of these stocks. Let me see here. New share. There we go. Give me a second. Don't know how to. There we go. I got it. So let me go ahead and hit new share. All right, what was the list that we said we were going to look at?
Got it? You want me to look back? I got it right here if you want it.
All right, awesome. Yeah, let me know. So first is let's go ahead and take a look at HEPA here.
Yeah. What is this that you're using, bro?
This is Webull.
Oh, can you only get this like on your laptop? Can't use this on your phone?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, you could get this on. You could look at charts on your phone. I mean, on your phone too.
Well, I'm saying like to this extent, like this.
Yeah, I have mine. I mean, I look at it all the time like this.
Oh shit.
So we had a gap down here that was closed. So I'm more interested in what's going on over here. All right, so what I'm drawing here is just a support and resistance line that I see here. This is where it could potentially go to. That's the max. I think that's actually even unrealistic. I think the real realistic is right here. 674. That would be the goal. And let's see here. See that as another support. Break that down. So I got another support right here. Do you guys see why, well, you know, why I put my supports there? Or,
Mhm.
okay. Because it's just been, you know, a moment where it struggled and it just, you know, consolidated there. So over here, try to reach there, and it seems like it wants to consolidate here. MACD wants to turn around. I think this could be a good hold. Let's see if they have some options. They do have some options. Would you look at that? Let's see if we found ourselves a gem here, guys. Let's go back to the chart. So we know that this was a gap down. So this is a gap down. Rectangle. Started right there. All right. So there's a gap between what looks to be around 280 to about 240. So that's a 40-cent gap. That's a significant gap still that it has to cover. And then once again, another little gap here that it's gonna have to cover, you know, right down here. So with that being said, MACD turning around, I do think that this is it's a pharmaceutical drug company that they are producing some things, and I think it's about to get FDA approved. But if we take a look at their options, let's see here. They're really dirt cheap, you know. I think one for all the way out in June, you would pay $45 for it. And if it does end up start, you know, taking off, let's go ahead and view this quote. All right, so it seems like it's increasing from here. Started off at 70 cents. And then today it opened at 66 cents. And then it closed at 45 cents with a low of 33 cents. So we're seeing some increase in volume here. The RSI is you know, there. It's not bad. I think it could see a lot more momentum. I think we could see this rise up to the dollars if this does a breakout. Let's go back and look at see the $5. So this is the $5 call, which is at 50 cents or 60 cents. And this is a $2.5 call. You could have had this at, you know, $1 or 25 cents, and it's now trading well above $1. What's the next one on the list there?
SNDL.
All right, so once again, there's a gap up to play on this one. We're going to go ahead and move on to SNDL.
Heavy hitters.
All right, so we still have our chart up from the other day. It is still trending downwards with the MACD. I do think, you know, we have had the final RSI seems like it's bouncing back up. It's at 45 from 43. This is on a 4-hour. Let's go to the daily. So the daily, it looks like we still got some room to go down here. The middle of the Bollinger Band still sits at around 126, which we, in order for this to continue to be bullish here, we would not want it to go there. And that is actually just right above that next support line that we have here, which acted as a resistance point. But right now, I think in the 4 hours, so this is a daily, I think if we look in a 4 hour, we're really showing some nice rebound here. Nice support. It's not going down any lower. And on the 4 hour, we do have the middle at 229, lower at 82, which I don't think it's going to get anywhere near that. But let's see here. Let's go into the 1 hour. Let's see, can we use one of those patterns that we have? Let's see, trend line. Go from there to there. And let's make this yellow. Let's go. All right, so if we break this down into 30 minutes, we see that it's actually, starting to trend right above it. We got out of that. There's a nice big green candle here from 171 to 183, and now it's just been oscillating between 170 and 180. So I do think we're really approaching the breakout period here. It's just a matter of time and volume. I have seen on group forums the chatter, of conversations directly with investor relations, and they're very, very healthy on cash. They do not plan on issuing any shares in the near time, future. So the shelf offering, I think, was a really great strategic move on Sundial Growers' part. I think it really sets them up for any opportunity that is to come, which especially, how well they've positioned themselves in a cash perspective. As well as, where their business model has transitioned to. I think they are positioned and ripe for growth. And I think the proper evaluation on this company based on the new, standings of zero debt. They don't have any debt on the books anymore. They have over $600 million in cash. They're making more and more investments into other medical marijuana-related fields. One of them is a producer of edible, and help them relieve of all of their debts so they could continue to grow. And they have, deals where they're obligated to, just get a lot of these revenues that are going to be producing. They're going to be able to produce their own products, which, further enables them to have higher quality standards, which I think overall ends to better consumer reviews, which at the end of the day, the more consumer reviews and the more consumers you have using your products, turns into sales. And I have looked into their products myself. Haven't utilized any of them, but I have looked into the price of their products and their presentation of their products. And I think it's a very presentable and great product. I would love to, get my hands on it, but it is not legal in my state. But it's okay. Soon it will be soon. But yeah, going forward, I think this is still, very speculative, but I think the reward for being patient with this company and the CEO and the board of directors, I think we will be rewarded very well as shareholders. What is the next stock on the list there, guys?
Mara.
I'll definitely say I'm bullish on SNDL.
Bullish squad. All right. Look at this bad boy. Oh my God. This thing's on a rampage, bro. You see these lines? They don't even mean nothing anymore, man. Go ahead and delete them proudly. Thank you very much for serving your purpose for me. Support and resistance lines. I love you guys. You guys help me make better decisions. All right, so since we're on the daily here, might as well just start that ascending triangle trend, right? That we just learned about. Go ahead and make that gold, because this is gold.
Thanks.
All right, so I kind of forgot how to get to the golden ascending triangle. All right, I'm kind of not drawing that right. So that was it right there. That was the ascending triangle. It just broke out of. There you go. Put that down right there. I don't even know, dude. No. She was right here. And then the other point was from right here down. So hey, this is so much better with the mouse. I am liking this.
Do you feel the Mara charts and the Riot charts are very comparable?
The dark charts and the light charts?
No, Mara and Riot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're very much alike. Tell you the, quite honest truth. I think Mara caught up to Riot over here in the 20s. That was around January or December. Let's see.
And that's because they follow cryptocurrency prices?
Correct. So there you go. In January, That's where, Mara met up with Riot,
Yeah.
and then Riot, took its dip, and then it just took off. I think any time now would be prime to buy a put. We saw it time and time again, and we can't be naive.
Yep.
Naive. This is not just gonna keep going up, 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 and never coming down. That's la la land. That's crazy talk. So this has got to take a breather. I don't know if it's gonna be a breather like this, where it took a nice dip where it went a high of 39, and then it hit a low of 32. I don't even know if it hit that 32 early in the morning, and then hit the high, and then closed at yeah. So it closed at 36. It opened at 37. So it must have hit that low early in the morning, and then so you don't want to get caught in a put where it does something like that, and then the next day it just gaps up, and then boom, your puts are worthless. But I do think that Riot's got to come down soon, at least to this point right here. Has got to come down to 55, 54, 53. I truly believe it's got to touch at least this point one time for that pullback. That's where it took off. The RSI right here at $50, the RSI reset itself and it took off from a high of $41. If you would have opened up a short position on the height of it, of the RSI up there, which is at 79, if you would have took that short position at 41 and closed it at 32.50, at 32.75, at $33, that's a $9 jump in that put. It's a lot of freaking money, man. So,
Hell yeah.
you know what I mean? This is maxed out. 88. I bet you. I'm writing it down right now. If you guys watch this tonight, here's a moneymaker tip for you. Right this fucking second, for free, on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, man. I'm consistently doing this, bro. It's all for free because I want you guys to learn and all of us grow, man. So here you go. Tomorrow morning, this thing is going to peak out. RSI is going to hit at least 92, 90 something, and then it's just going to come down. We're already at the high of 79 and we closed at 77. I could see a high of $80 to $85 tomorrow. If not, maybe even $90. I think this could hit $90 tomorrow. And that would be RSI maxing out at like 92, 95. That's crazy. Start a put for $50, you would get it at pennies to the dollar. I'm talking probably 5 to 10, maybe even 15 cents per contract if you do options. If you don't do options, I don't know how you could short it. You could naked short sell if you have a large enough account. If you don't, the best way to go ahead and play this short game is through contracts and options. So you would go ahead and buy a put option for $50 and then just hold on to it. And I would do this put option for, as you could see here, towards March 5th, March 8th, March 9th. That's when we could see this, going down. If not, definitely for if you want to get a shorter time period, I would get it. Let's see here. What are the options at? We're going to be buying puts And we're gonna be looking at, ooh, would you look at that? So they have February 26th. All right, so February 26th is too expensive. What day are we? We're on day 17. So tomorrow would be Thursday. So if you open up a put position for Thursday and close it out on Friday, I think Friday we're gonna have the sell-off for sure. If you're looking at a $50 put for that, you know, right now it's looking at 38, 35. But if we go to the peak tomorrow, like we're expecting it, and it's gonna go to you know, 85 to 90, then we could expect these to at least shrink down another, you know, 30 to 40% tomorrow. So you could get these at a nice discount price, you know, for $15, I would say, or, you know, 15 cents times 100 equals, you know, $15. I think. What am I missing? What? Question mark. I want those question mark things in my videos in the future. That'd be dope. So let's say 0.15. And we're gonna buy one. Yeah, I think that's it, man. Yeah, it's just gonna be $15. So a $15, and then you end up selling that for, you know, I'd say probably 80 to 90, maybe even $1.50 on Friday, when that goes down. So that is Riot, which wasn't included in the list, but I did do Riot, an alert for it, and then Mara, which we already saw.
Hey, just like a hypothetical, if you were to, let's say, all of a sudden Bitcoin makes it to 65 before March hits, you think that would affect the Mara and Riot charts?
Yeah, it would continue its run.
Okay, that's what I thought for sure. Because I mean, I was expecting Bitcoin to have a big consolidation around 45, and it blew to 51 when I wasn't expecting it.
Right. That Bitcoin move was, that's why I honestly, I don't know how to play the crypto markets.
It's new to everybody. Charts are different.
Yeah, charts are way different. They don't follow the traditional rules that I'm used to, at least.
No. And then yeah, like I said, I really expected a big consolidation between 45 and 46,000, and it wasn't there.
Right. There we go. All right, so I've created kind of like a little channel here. I do see still a gap up on a daily here on Mara at 24, which is kind of concerning. Because every single time that they've ever had a gap up, they've closed it. Gap up here, closed. And what I can see Mara doing is one of these again, where it does 4 green days all over the place, to then fall down and then, you know, continue its uptrend. What was the other stocks on there that we had?
The last two were Tesla and WBAI.
All right, Tesla. I love this thing.
All right, who made money on this today?
I did. I sure did.
Nice.
All right. So let's see. Yeah, I think I'm sitting on 90% return right now on one of my calls.
Woo!
Yeah.
Nice.
So delete that. All right.
I can't lie. I love seeing that 35% every month chart. That was super cool to see.
Yeah, shout out Sean, bro. You know, he's a longtime friend of mine, and glad we're finally reconnected. And not only are we reconnecting, but we're helping each other make money. That's the
Sounds
best
like
kind of
reconnecting to me.
relationship I like.
Facts. It's the only type of relationship there should be.
That's a fact, bro. Oh man. Yeah, man, it's great, dude. He put that out there. I was like, whoo, that's what I'm talking about. Now we setting ourselves up for a nice community.
That's a realistic goal too, man. That's not crazy. 35 in a month. I mean, that's realistic. I've done that plenty of months, month after month.
Right, right. And that's the beautiful part about it. It's that it's really realistic. It's not like, you know what I mean? Fucking way out there. Oh, would you look at that? Little did we know, it was just touching a support here. 780, 762, but it went down a little further. What was that? 7. Okay. I think that was just a stop loss raid. But Tesla, I think the upside potential here is absolutely huge. I think I need to create just one more horizontal line on this daily, and then we'll be able to. Shrink it down. So I'll change the color of that one. Do that one purple. Do this one red. Now I'm going to break this down into the 4 hour. All right, so yeah, as we could see here, you know, for the last couple days, this middle line that we've created, it has served as like a resistance point. So what we can see here is an upside to try to retest that resistance point. MACD is closing up. Volume has dried up. Don't know if that means that the selling has dried up. According to this candlestick right here, which was at I believe exactly 7 o'clock, the selling ended. So there's no more selling going on. I think Tesla goes up higher. We have the catalyst of them, you know, purchasing Bitcoin. So we don't even know how that's going to reflect on the balance sheet, you know, come end of this quarter. But I do see, you know, large upside potential. The call option that I did get into, where I did see 90% return, which was bought at around 12 o'clock. Which, you know, should have been in this candlestick. So if we break it down further into I bought it at 12, so it'd be this candlestick. So I bought it almost dead smack the bottom. I think after the Greeks, which, you know, they're like gamma, beta, and, you know, theta, and one other one. Those are the equations in which pretty much signifies the overall time decay of your contracts. So I got it, you know, because of the gamma and everything, this drop would have initially made the call option that I got drop lower. This call would have probably tried to get it up to that level again and then just continued sinking down. This candle, being that it opened up at $771 and then it went down to $767, the decay went on there too. So I was able to get in when it was at the complete lowest point, of the day. And then from that point on, Tesla has just been increasing in price, which allowed me to, which I'll be able to realize tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to realize it when it tries to retest this 827 point. I'm hoping that we have opening up in the pre-market, have a little bit of action. It doesn't go too far above 8, so we don't have a gap up. If we do have a gap up, I could care less. I'm still going to be up in a positive.
Thanks.
Yeah, but yeah, this is Tesla. I do think, for future, we do have another shot of running way past 900. It's just a matter of consolidating, as we see here in this channel, until we could break out of there with some conviction. What's the next stock again, guys?
WBAI.
So this too has.
Yeah, this shit's mimicking like Mara and Riot.
So they're involved with Bitcoin.
Yeah, believe so. Don't quote me on that though. I found him somewhere. I forgot where I was looking. I'll tell you right now.
Is an online sports lottery service provider in China. The company acts as an aggregator and processor of lottery purchase orders from its registered user accounts and derives substantially all of its revenues from service fees paid to it by a sports lottery administrator center. Purchase orders of sports lottery products.
There you go.
The company provided.
And so I want to say about that description on the company, I currently like that right now. I think that just philosophically that could be good, because I know across the United States right now, a lot of new laws are being written for online gambling. I know BetMGM is huge. I know FanDuel is huge. I'm in Colorado and I'm getting advertisements up the butt about all these different online betting apps. I know different states it's legal, some states it's not legal, as well as this is a Chinese company. I know a lot of Chinese companies are trying to do business in the American market, especially online. I think this has a good path forward just based on the industry it's in.
Okay.
Yeah, gambling's definitely growing. They're about to make it legal over here.
Yeah, online gambling is really growing in the US right now, seriously.
It's going to take over traditional gambling, I believe.
Like MGM
like,
casinos had to hop in quick because they were about to lose out.
Definitely.
What I do like is the nice reversal here. So it IPO'd. It looks like it IPO'd at $20, and then it hit a low of $18.14, and it hit a high of 39, closing at 35. The very next day, it opened at 35, hit a high of $54, and then it closed at 17. And then it's just been going. Right here would have been a good time. When did you hear about this stock?
Like 3 days ago. That's why I wanted to talk about it. I don't know if we were past our buying opportunity.
At this point, I need to see a little bit of consolidation here.
That's a wild one, dude.
Let's see, I could draw some horizontal lines right here. I think this is gonna be a point of resistance.
Since this is relatively new IPO and Chinese company looking for a price target, we might want to see what else is close in this industry, if there's other online gambling things, and see what they're able to reach, because I feel like this has a lot of potential, and it's hard to say whether $50 is low or high point for it, in my opinion.
I think it's a low point. It's
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about DraftKings here.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'd like to
When did their IPO come out, Lewis? When does it say?
It came out on what the fuck is the date? Oh, on December 20. Oh, this is on the yearly. I'm looking at this on the yearly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm wrong here. So this is in 2013. It had a peak of that, and now we're hitting the reversal here.
Yeah, I think I was gonna tell you that, but
yeah, my bad, dude. You should have definitely stopped me there. That's what I wanted to look at, is the daily. Whoa.
shit.
All right. Sheesh. So I think we're gonna have to close this gap tomorrow. It looks like RSI wants to die down. So let me go ahead and just create my rectangle. All right, so that rectangle is sitting right around, can't even see that. Why is that? Oh, the 2670, I believe it is. 2670 and what is that, 23? So it's got a $3 gap up that it's on right now on a daily. On the yearly, we see that it definitely has, you know, room to go up for the rest of the year. I think max that we could see here is like $40 before we get another, you know, major resistance point. If not, it could go, you know, even higher based on the trend here of this whole industry as a whole. So yeah, gap down. That's what first we need to fill that gap. I would not feel comfortable starting a position without filling that gap. One, it's a Chinese stock. Two, you know, RSI doesn't look like it wants to continue. But then again, you know, this has a tendency to have the RSI reset itself above the 70 line. So it's not doing one of these where, you know, it's resetting below the 70 line and then climbing back higher. And given the fact that it's two red candles back to back, I think this could continue, you know, to just want to close that up. The MACD is way up there. Doesn't look like it's going to want to cross. I don't know. I'd say keep this on a watch list. If you want to start a position, I'd start a position. Let's see if they have options. They do have options.
I think there'll be a dip.
Two calls.
It's been growing last couple months. Pretty substantial.
Yeah, I mean, if you get this for the 19th of March, you could probably get a call here for $370. And if this does continue to go up the way that it is, you know, you could see something like this. I mean, it's at $26. $20 call is at $11. You're paying a premium of you know, $300. So you could see this $300 turn into a quick 900, you know, $1,000 if this continues to rally upwards.
Bullish.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty bullish. All right, guys, I am gonna wrap this up here. Thank you, Matt, for always being on, and thanks, Kyle, for coming up, and thanks for highlighting this onto our scan and our watch list. Thank you all that have liked, shared, and subscribed. I will continue to keep coming out here with more and more information, and as our community continues to grow smarter and smarter, our conversations are only going to continue to get deeper and deeper and more analytical. And if that's not exciting to you, I don't know what is, because that's very exciting to me, man. Growth excites me. And the markets, I have a deep passion for, always have, and I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. So yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. If you guys checking this out today, there is one bonus ticker that I will not include in the heading that you'd have to watch this whole little section. If the first section's too much, just fast forward. Anyway, thank you all. I hope you guys have a great night and happy trading tomorrow.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Lou. I really appreciate it. You're the best, man.
All right.